Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hello, my friends. In the background, there are drums. I don't know whether you can hear it. These drums signify somebody died nearby. When somebody dies, immediately they call the drummers and burn crackers. We believe the one who departs wants to be honored like this, and if they don't do so, they will get angry and do some mischief. So whenever somebody dies nearby, we can hear it from far because the drumming is going on and the crackers are going on. We just had a heavy downpour here. Right now it doesn't rain. I find a somewhat safe spot on the roof. So if it comes again, I think we should be fine. Life and death. Somebody dies, the family is sad. I think it's an old man who was about to die, 95 years old. His body full of pain, so dying is really a liberation. It's part of life. From the beginning, it is clear. Once we enter this game, there will be the moment we get out. And it is dreaded by most of the people. A lot of fear is there about it. But actually, dying is not a problem. It's really a liberation from this physical limitation. Okay. Is there already somebody who is ready to come in? You're welcome to come.
Hi, Werner, it's Udi.
Hello, Woody. Hello.
I would like to continue with what you have started, even though that it's not so happy.
Yeah.
But it's a daily issue, mainly in my profession.
Yeah.
That people are really worried about the physical pain at the end of the life.
Yeah.
As we observe, there's a lot of spiritual, emotional pain that we do not give it any major attention.
Yeah.
And we can see and feel that this issue is unresolved.
Yeah.
At least in the Western world. And I want to hear what you say about this period of painful soul by the end of the life, that we will be exposed to that, or we are exposed to that in our life. that we can make any change in that.
Yes, but it is necessary that we get more conscious. As long as people live not very conscious, they always push the idea of dying away as good as they can. They don't want to think about it. Whenever it comes near, there comes something terrible, something unknown, there is fear, they push it away. And so it's an issue that is never resolved. When we become more conscious, then it's getting clear at a certain moment, somehow or other, we have to face this issue. Otherwise, it's going to create trouble. We can't tell people who are not ready to do so how to reduce those emotional fears, those spiritual fears, because they don't want to think about it. But if somebody is ready and starts to go deeper, becoming aware, hey, consciousness goes on and on and on. So gradually a sense of peace comes along with it, that after all, consciousness cannot possibly die. So it's just we are here as visitors in this game of this world, collecting experiences, and eventually we get out of it. And in the cosmic order, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. This conviction starts to grow if people get more conscious. For some, it's a stronger issue. For others, it's a less strong issue. Some have, even when they get more conscious, quite for a long time, to wrestle with it, with that fear that is implanted of dying. But really, if we stop pushing it away, face that fear, really, we can even imagine in our meditation, okay, now I'm dying, so what is happening? Then if we confront the possibility of leaving this body, of leaving this world, so consciously, gradually the fear will disappear. And actually, eventually something totally different starts to arise. A conviction, after all, the trouble that we have to face day after day in this world, one day it's over. It can only somehow be broader, less restricted, less painful than what is happening in this world. And the fear of going simply disappears gradually.
And if we try to expand it beyond the life and death, and may say that most of the unexpected events are truly expected, if we will stop for a minute and think about that, how or if we can make our mind and soul be ready to expect or to accept everything that is coming to our life, not as something that is unexpected and fearful.
Yes, by living in the present now. And in a way, then we learn to accept that every moment, the moment dies. In a way, every moment there is a little death. The situation goes, and there is a new birth in a new situation. The more we become aware that, after all, that dying process is continuously going on, the more we accept it and think and become aware. Simply, if we really accept dying every moment, we can be fully alive. because then we are not always hanging on to the past, but are here now, new, fresh, every moment. That's what
There's a lot of
that's what Amma said once to me. For some time, I was so fed up. I was struggling. I had left my old life and came and was meditating and hoping something should happen, and apparently nothing was happening, and I was so fed up and thought it's better to die. I wanted to die. I had it. And I would talk like this to Amma, and she said once to me, and really looked at me stern, that it really went deep. Learn to die every moment, and then you can be alive forever. And it's truly so that learning to let go of the past, of what had happened, treat it simply as a memory, then something that we have to emotionally hold on, is like dying. And dying is refreshing, because then we are fully capable to be in this timelessness of the now. And in this timelessness of the now, there is no birth and death.
I fully agree that accepting the really force that is exists in us, that we create the living part in us, create it minute by minute, instead of seeing that something is losing from our life, is really not only hopeful, not giving only faith and positive thinking about the future, but it's really keep the present very, very even joyful.
Yes, of course. If we don't waste our energy worrying about what has happened or may happen, then the joyful experience becomes natural.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hario. Hario. Is there anybody else who would like to come in?
Hello.
Yes, Werner. Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. Let Leona, Leora, not Leora, Leora talk, and then after that, Moksha. Okay,
My
Leora?
subject is my subject is connected to death. I have a friend. She lives in Australia.
Yeah.
We actually haven't seen each other for more than 40 years, but we've been
40?
friends since
40 or 14? 1-4.
no 40.
40.
More than 40.
More than 40 years you haven't seen each other. I see.
No, but we are very, very good friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
She has been sick with cancer for, I think maybe 6 years. Actually, they gave her 6 months when she became sick, but she's still here with us ever since. But now it's the last stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she called me the other day and she said she wanted to talk about fear because she experienced much fear, but not from dying, according to what she says, rather than from the pain. She's afraid from the pain.
Yeah, yeah.
Now the pains are becoming more and more stronger, and soon enough, in order to control it, she'll need probably heavy medication. And yeah, so actually we were supposed to talk this morning, and I thought to myself that I would prefer to share it here with you, with the group, before we speak, and she canceled, and we'll speak probably Monday. So my tendency is actually to listen to her, as I don't really know what to say. I mean, I've been with people who were dying and in the last stage, and yeah, I don't feel there's anything I can really say to her, or yeah.
Yes,
So actually, but I can't see her because, you know, it's not that we can somehow share energy or see each other, look into the eyes, because we talk on the phone, we don't talk like in Zoom. So it's a little bit different. Okay, so I just would like to hear your reflection about it,
right.
specifically about the pain.
Especially about the pain, right. Of course, certain cancers, they create terrible pains. Of course, they give also strong painkillers, but still, some pain will be there. I can tell to you, I don't know whether you can tell this to your friend. You can be sure that none of that pain experienced is in vain. It's harnessing something very strong and beautiful that she will take with her when she goes. So often, actually, at the end of the life, there is quite some pain, as if the self is initiating that in order to gain some more from the last period of a lifetime in this world, to bring more wealth back, getting out of it. Try to tell her to look at her fear, to see how her fear is manifesting in her body, and try to relax and try to accept that some pain may be there, but it's for some time, and then she will be free. And in the hope also that they can adequately give her pain medicine, that it's not getting unbearable. It's not for nothing. It's not in vain. Every moment of pain is increasing the wealth that we are taking with us from this world. And the same being that is suffering from the pain will after that be happy that that pain has happened. I don't know whether you can tell her these kind of things.
No, she's rather like spiritual, and she even has a friend who actually knows you from zero.
Yeah.
Can you say just a few words about fear?
Fear in general, or this particular fear of pain?
Yeah, fear is fear, and yet I'm not sure. It's probably more intense.
Yes.
But fear is fear, I think. I'm not sure.
Fear is always, I mean, there is that immediate fear, instinctive. If you walk at the precipice, then, but the fear, the emotion that we are building up and keeping, it's always because we are projecting in the future. We are projecting in the future and are afraid what could happen. And once we are fixed on that thought and hold on to it, then we feed our life force into that thought. And with that, the emotion gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Fear is an emotion. And like all emotions, they come and go, and we can either feed them, or we can observe them, and if we feed them, they get worse and worse. And if we observe them, they get less. It's the same with all emotions. If we feed the emotions, they are getting stronger. If we observe them and relax, they are getting less.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Werner. Thank you.
I wish you well. I wish your friend well, that she has as peaceful a Passover as possible.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hari Om. Hari Om. Okay, Moksha, if you like to come in, you are welcome.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. And now I can see you. Your picture is stationary. Oh, now it moves. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe the connection is not so good, but it is enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have another completely other subject, but it is actually also about fear. I had a meeting with a woman, and it was intensely beautiful.
Yeah.
And then fear comes, because what is tomorrow?
Yes.
And it is really a good exercise, because what you just said, that if the mind goes to the future, it's fear. And not to feed this, and to, I extremely experienced, oh, in the moment it is fine. But if the mind walks, oh, what is next? Fear is there. Incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Of course, then we're looking also at the past, having had experiences, and then we project it in the future and think, is it going to happen again?
Right.
And then the fear comes.
Yes. And it is all not there in the moment.
No.
It is so beautiful if sometimes the switch is there and suddenly the moment is there and it stops all this future and past. Then no problem.
No.
But
No.
you must really be aware, right?
Yes.
If this dream state starts, oh, what is tomorrow? Or problems there. Amazing, amazing.
Amazing. And as I just said to Leora, when we hook into it and the thoughts go round and round it, we keep on feeding it, and it's getting bigger and bigger and more painful. And if we become aware, hey, I'm doing this, and then just observe the emotion directly. Okay, this is fear. Let it be there. Let me be afraid. Let me just observe what is it doing to my experience right now. See how it is manifesting physically. See how it is manifesting energetically. And then we can start to relax. And the fear gradually disappears.
Not feeding it. First, we have to become aware that we're doing it. I was never aware of that I was feeding it.
Yes.
It was automatically going completely with it, blind.
Yes.
Not being aware of that I'm feeding it, and it becomes terrible.
Yes.
And now I thought, hey, stay here and it stops, and then it is no problem. But it is very, you have, yeah, I have to stay aware, otherwise it is, the whole trip is taking me.
Yes, that's why people are so much afraid. They are not aware that they are feeding that fear all the time by keep on turning around with the thoughts and imagining what could have happened, what could happen, and if this happened, and the thoughts go around. And so we feed our vital energy into it, and it's getting stronger and stronger. But it needs awareness to become aware. Hey, I'm doing that. And then learn not to do that anymore.
And then you speak with friends, even also, and then you also, it can, if you can also help each other to stop. But also, I often was speaking with friends, and it's feeding it more. They feed it also with their experience and blah.
Yes.
And it's becoming a mess. A mess. It's
Yes.
ongoing trouble.
Ongoing trouble. And we all creating it in our own mind.
And we don't see it.
Yes.
It is. And what Amma said to you, what you just said, like
Learn to die every moment, and then you can be alive forever.
Beautiful. Huh?
It's beautiful.
Because with this woman also, it was so beautiful, and then comes, oh, can I keep it?
Yeah.
And no. Then you die already. But if you just say, okay, it is now beautiful, who knows what
Yes.
is next? Then that is really dying in a moment, and then you are free.
You're free. Right.
Oh, this is an exercise.
Yes. We always meet the circumstances that we need in order for the next exercise. Huh?
Right. But it is so beautiful, huh?
Yeah.
If we see it, you have the opportunity in your hands. You have the freedom in your hands, in a way.
Yes.
And if you don't see it, if I look back in the past, oh, I always was in deep trouble with relationships.
Yeah.
It is terrible. And you don't see any way out.
Yeah. It pulls you,
Dying
you can't let it, and then it gets you into trouble.
Oh, yes. And now, if there is if I see it, and what you just said, dying in a moment, it feels like that, but that's the freedom.
Yes.
It dying in a moment for the mind, it sounds terrible to me, but it is the opposite.
Dying in the moment is liberating.
And also the whole dying thing is also, if I look, if I am always doing the Ramana thing, who am I? And then if I look at it, then it's then actually all these ideas are only dying, right?
Yes.
It's nothing more than that.
A moment they are there, then they are just memories. One situation is there, alive, throbbing with the rhythm of life. It's gone. It's simply not. It's just a memory. It's simply no more.
And what is this is incredible, huh? Every beautiful, great thing, it's no more.
It's no more. It's a memory. It's nice, beautiful memory. You can pick up a memory and enjoy the memory now. Then it's alive now, but not hang on to the, oh, it was so beautiful, why is it gone?
Yeah. Because in this moment, the whole thing I experienced yesterday, it's not there.
Mhm.
And what will come, also not there.
It's not there.
It's amazing. It's not, but in the mind you can, and then it's beautiful to come here, right?
Yes.
Where I always was so afraid of to come here.
Yes, that's the thing. The one thing we should be least afraid of, the mind is afraid of.
Yes, it is crazy, huh?
Because the mind, the power of the mind is always connected to the past and the future. And coming to the now, the old aspect of us that is holding on for dear life to the past and the future and creating a solidity to a reality that it doesn't have, then that part of us is afraid to let that go. Then my reality collapses.
My pain collapses. Oh, I must keep it together. But we don't see that it is our drama that we keep
Yes.
together.
Yes.
But that is you could call it a magic show, what you said, but it's actually a dramatic show, right?
Yes, I mean, we can start to make it playful, joyous, but most of the time when you look around, it's the big human drama.
Try hard to keep it going.
Yes.
In the idea, oh, then we maybe survive, but we go busy all the time with killing ourselves in a way. It is strange. Yeah, this.
It's good to see all this.
Yes.
Then once we understand the mechanism of it, then in the situation, suddenly we become aware, oh, I'm doing it again. But having understood, then it's becoming easier and easier to detach, to let go.
For me, my dramas always in life were connected with relationship.
Yeah.
So then it starts all kind of dramas. And now to see, oh, now somehow it becomes, I suddenly see, oh, what is going on here? Stop. And then, oh,
Yes.
this is. And I was also wondering, Werner, that if I meditate alone, it is really great. But if I sit with somebody, I was seeing how I'm afraid of people. If I look somebody in the eyes, suddenly I become aware what a fear is there.
Yeah.
Can you say something about it?
It has still to do with identifying with the person and then thinking, am I making a good impression? What is he thinking, feeling about the situation? What kind of feedback, spoken out or not spoken out, is there? So that fear is not of you, the self. That fear is of the me person. Am I up to the situation? Am I good enough? Am I like this? Am I like that? Hoping all the time that we are doing perfect so that the surrounding, the world and the people and everything gives us a positive feedback. Without thinking about it, that expectation is there. And then along with the expectation comes the fear, am I up to it? Am I doing it right? Should I do it better? If you let that all go, then you get relaxed, also with people.
Yeah, it is for me a very good exercise to stay
Yeah.
silent and just look.
Yeah.
And I was amazing. There's a nice person sitting in front of me, and there's totally fear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you are right. It has to do with this me, my stuff.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Okay, Werner, I thank you very much.
You're
Hari
welcome. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. Is there anybody else who would like to come in? Please come. Of course, all our problems are mind created. Of course, when I say this, then I mean the problems that we have in our inner experience. As long as we live in this world, we may many times confront problematic situations. But to make them into a problem depends our reaction. If we don't create the problem out of a problematic situation, then we just deal with it. It may be not very pleasant, but it doesn't become a problem. The problem is always our resistance in the mind, our hanging on to the past and creating a future. And as Moksha just said, looking in the future, then the fear comes. We do create the problems in our own mind. It's not that all these terrible problems always come to me in my life without knowing I'm keeping on doing it to myself. It's not the world, it's not the universe, it's not the other people. I am doing this to myself. And if we never stop and look at ourselves, out of habit, we'll keep on and on and on doing the same things over and over again. External situation change slightly, but our inner drama, our reactions, they keep on repeating themselves over and over and over. One can do that one lifetime, but never understand, hey, I'm doing this to myself. Once we understand, we must have the courage to face it. Okay, let me stop accusing the world. Let me stop accusing destiny. Let me stop accusing God. And look at myself and see what I'm doing. I do create that mental pain myself. I do it over and over, and I can learn not to do that anymore. It is perfectly possible. But we have to have the courage to have a good, honest look at ourselves. And the habit will pull us away again and again. So there is no other way, but again and again, we come back and see and look and watch. It needs courage, but it's worth the trouble. For if we do so, we can gradually get rid of old habits that push us to create pain, to create suffering over and over and over again. Okay. Is there anybody else who would like to come in? Please come.
Hello, Werner.
Ah, hello, Nelly.
Yeah, we were talking about fear today.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to share that a week ago I felt a lot of fear. Yeah, it was connected with my daughter. Yeah, and it was some dangerous situation. I really felt a lot of fear, and I tried to go on my my regular practices and try to be here and now, but my thoughts took me away so quickly. It was very difficult to calm down. I saw myself as I am a glass of water in which it is a lot of a storm in this in this glass. Yeah, I was sitting and it looks that I am still, but inside it was just a storm or boiling or something like this. It was, yeah, it was very difficult for sometimes, very difficult. I went to the forest and I saw that walking helped me much, and I saw these thoughts in my thought, yes, these monologues inside me, and I began to speak out. There were nobody in the forest, and I could I could speak out to everything that yes, I could speak what all my worries and all what I felt and what I wanted to tell to to this person, to that, and yes, and slowly it comes down, and it became better. And I see that I experience this situation that I can't decide something. I can't do something for my daughter because I see that she chooses some things. Unfortunately, she chooses some situations that becomes dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah. And I understand that it can repeat again.
Yes.
Yes, and I learn to relax with it and just be in contact with her, with as close and as good as I can.
Yes.
Yeah, I see that as what I can do.
Right.
Yeah.
She has to live her own life. Of course, if you see there is something dangerous, you can try to talk to her, but obviously she's not interested in hearing from you about her dangers. Yeah. And then if you can talk to her, then that may help her to see the situation a bit clearer. But otherwise, the best you can do is just what you said at the end. You connect with her, but in a positive way, not in a judgmental way, not with fear, not with terror, but in a positive way. And then you send her strength that may help her in the crucial situations to make the right decisions.
Yeah.
Still, she has to make her decisions, and then after her decisions, reap the fruits of them.
Yes, but not only she gets these fruits after the decisions, but me too.
Yeah. Well, of course, it will also roll over to you,
Yeah.
but then you have learned now how to deal with difficult situations.
Yes, I see. I understand that if I learn to relax more inside myself, I attract less less worries. Yeah, if I work at myself, yeah, I see that it can change a little, at least a little, yeah. Or I will react more positive and more calm. Yeah, I see again everything comes to myself, to my work, at me. Yes, I I watch these reactions and tensions and fears. That I see how they are big. Yeah, very a lot of fear and tensions inside. Yeah, go on working with it. Yeah.
It's good to see that out of old habit, still you may be pulled into it again and again. Then you watch it again. You watch again what it is doing to your experience right now and learn to relax. That's the best you can do for yourself and also the best you can do for your daughter.
Yeah, yes, you're exactly like this. And I
Yes.
see that in this, I see my responsibility. If I work at myself, I can't decide after her, yeah, but I can work with my emotions.
Yes.
And this influence, I see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, thank you, Werner. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Is there anybody else who would like to come? Please come.
I heard Nelly now and before that, and I think to myself that living with the process of action and results is creating in our life a lot of tension and a lot of suffering.
Yes.
And sometimes we should know how to take our action and watch what will be the result, but not to expect it as something that we connected together immediately according to our previous experience, because we can from time to time be exposed to something different and even good. But this past experience of action and result is a lot of weight on our shoulder.
Yes, if we keep that weight on our shoulder, then it's a lot of weight on our shoulder. But we don't need to keep that weight on our shoulder. It's a picture of Ramana Maharshi. He said, there is a man going into a train and he has a basket on the head and he keeps the basket on the head. The train runs and he has that heavy weight to carry, and a friend comes and says, why don't you put your basket down on the floor? And he gets finally the ID and puts his basket on the floor, and actually the train runs exactly the same. It's not that he in any way did anything positive, creative, helpful by keeping the basket on the head. And that is that weight on the shoulder that we keeping by holding on to the past and holding on to the expectation the future should be like this and should be like that, and not different, but we do create that heavy weight. It's not something that is simply there, it's simply there out of habit, but we can learn to put that weight down on the floor. The train is running in spite of that.
At least in my life, from time to time, I think that watching this action result experience, I said, well, this is belong to me, it's like a possession. It's my responsibility for that. And the usual thing that I bring it over my shoulder. Instead of saying, well, okay, you saw it and you can leave it in this place and don't drag it to the future or don't drag it anymore. So why we behave like that?
Right. Of course, then the feeling it's my possession is also an illusion. It's nobody's possession. It's an experience. It's a memory. And you can very well bring up that memory and learn from it, benefit from it. But then instead of using the memory like this, we get all worked up, get all emotional about it, and there it becomes heavy.
I agree.
Yes, everybody does it. But we can.
I agree, but hopefully I can change my habit. But
I'm sure you can.
Doing this mistake from time to time, it's good as a reminder for the different way that we can deal with any issue in our life.
Right. It comes, it overwhelms us again, it sneaks in without our being as aware. But the moment you become aware, once you have learned to deal differently with it, then you can let it go again. And every time you are getting stronger. And every time you do that, the old habits are getting a bit weaker.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ario, Ario. Is there anybody else who would like to talk? Isn't it amazing how serious we take that whole play of this world, that whole play of our life? It's experiences. They come, they are there for a moment. Sometimes they are pleasant. Sometimes they are not pleasant. We could go about it playfully, joyously, lightly. They come, they go, we let go, and are ready and fresh and fully there for the new experience. And then we hold on, and it becomes heavy, and we take it serious. And that seriousness makes it more heavy. And we take ourselves, the role we play in it, serious. And it makes it more heavy. We can learn to let all that go. We can learn to really that taking oneself as a person so serious, we can learn to let it go. And along with it, let go the seriousness of what is happening in the world, what is happening to myself, what is happening in my life. Face it playfully, courageously, aware that this is all designed to make our consciousness unfold, to make our consciousness expand. Essentially, we are not going to change. You are what you are. You are that essential divinity. And yet the experience of it keeps on unfolding. And this world, this magic show of a world is created for that. That we can have those experiences. Through those experiences, can learn more about the self, can be more aware, let the consciousness, the love, the energy, the vibration of life get stronger. It is possible to do that in a light way, to do that playfully, and not make it into a heavy, heavy weight that we are always carrying along. Like Ramana said, we can put that basket down and the train is running exactly the same, like when we carry it unnecessarily on our head. Okay, I'm asking again. Is there anybody who would like to come in? You're welcome to come in.
Werner, I must say thank you, because it is so great what you are saying. It is so helpful to me.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, thank you so much, because it is, Jesus Christ, I must hear it a million times, on and on and on, and it is, yeah, this is what is needed for me, to hear it on and on and on again. And sometimes I think, yeah, I know this whole stuff, I don't need to hear it or to go to satsang, but I need it. It is this seriousness, and to take my story, to take it is habit, right?
It is habit. It's all ingrained patterns that we have built up, most of them unconsciously, most of them very early in our life, and then accordingly they are very strong. The patterns that are being formed when we are babies and little kids, they have the tendency to be extremely powerful. And so it may take some work on them to liberate oneself from them. But with patience, with persistence, even the strongest stuff can be neutralized.
True. It's true. And the work is beautiful, I must say. It becomes more and more beautiful because it becomes lighter, less serious.
Yes.
And then the seriousness is coming again, but it becomes lighter, and that is beautiful. So that it takes my whole life. It is, in the past it was whole life work, but now for me, that it has no end is beautiful, because it becomes lighter, lighter, lighter.
Anyhow, this world is not a holiday place. It is it's a working camp. It's created like this, that invariably we always face situations that make us, that push us to make a step. And then we miss the step, it comes back. And we miss the step again, and it comes back. But it's
But
not
there's a beauty in it, huh?
right. If we start to do it in a light way, in a playful way, then it stops to feel like work and it becomes play. It's like still there will maybe effort, but effort, if we don't resist, is not a problem. People make a lot of efforts as a recreation. They sit the whole day in the office, and after that they go running in the forest. They make a lot of effort, but they feel it's recreation, it's pleasure. And like this, we can learn to make the efforts that are needed from day to day, from moment to moment, in the same spirit like somebody who is happy to make a certain effort. Going swimming, it's an effort, but it's pleasure.
Yeah, sometimes I say also, working with woods, and I'm sweating and but this is pleasure. If I would do it as work, I would say, no, this is much too heavy, you know, I'm sweating and this is too much. But now it is for fun, and I'm enjoying it.
Yes. And so it's with the whole life situations. Then there comes again a situation we see, there is it may be a bit hairy, there may be some tension, but if we go about it lightly, courageously, for as entering a new adventure, then it's not a problem.
I feel, Werner, right now you are my teacher in kindergarten.
we are all in kindergarten.
Yes. and I feel like it is, in this sense, it is fun. We learn something, how to make it more beautiful and light.
Yes.
It's really nice. So I'm so thankful for that you are there, and in this group, it is really a big help.
Wonderful.
Hari Om.
You're welcome. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Is there anybody else who would like to talk?
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Yes, to this basket that we carry on.
Yeah.
So I take, I want to just respond to this. Like I was standing near a window yesterday, looking the world. You receive messages from this country.
Right.
One say this, one say this. And you are in.
Yes.
You are whole. You see the wind, you see everything is moving, but you are still here.
Yes.
What I can do, I am part of that.
Yes.
But I'm still here. And I see this nature, the movements, everything is moving in this energy. It's nothing still.
Nothing.
But I am still here.
Right.
And then I went from the window, kitchen, go on bicycle. And on the way up, I start to pray. Pray for the earth, for the humanity, what I can do from me, from myself, my part of being this. And in this moment, I drive around the forest because there was way to the forest.
Yes.
The nature is always with me, the trees standing there, the life is here, everything is alive. And still the stories are there.
Yes.
I went to my big tree. That is my beautiful tree that gives me a heart, visible heart, because once I asked for sign, and then suddenly I look and I find the heart. I still have this heart, like from the leaf.
Yeah.
Keep this. And now I return to this tree, this big, huge tree, maybe hundreds of years.
Yeah.
And I sit there, like this tree, connected to branches, to the roots.
Yeah.
I melt in this, connected with light and love, and give this to the earth that cleans and purified and make me once more. I was totally gone, like I was part of this whole.
Right. And then you knew what you can do.
Yes, yes. Then I know I still have to be in this moment.
Yes.
And still everything will be moving this direction, other direction, they're going to be happen this and saying this, and I will be in middle of emotion and everything, but I'm still here. What you can do, only connect here. I come home so free, but I still, with all and everything, cry with light and love. That's what I can do.
Right.
Doesn't mean that I don't hear, that I don't see, that I don't act, because the heart telling me what to do. But it's still everything moving, like the wind, you can't stop. The earth moving, the energy in us moving, you can't stop. Blood flow. Also, I am here, I'm still here. And thank you very much to open my heart, but because I always put the basket down.
Great. Wonderful. It's very beautiful what you told us. And this, especially now, this is very important. If we look, if we listen, what is going on, of course, it's not a nice picture. And we can get very, very heavy there and think, what can I do? And if somebody feels like it's their duty, then they may go on the road and demonstrate or do this or do that. But the greatest gift you can give to the world, that you can radiate from you, is what you have described. You connect, you let go, you become one. Definitely it's being light. Not taking things so serious doesn't mean that we close and we don't want to see anymore. No, we see what's happening and still don't put the basket on the head, still put the basket down. That is the greatest gift that you can give, because then you radiate something very, very beautiful into this.
That's this experience when I come first time to Tiruvannamalai because of Arunachala.
Yeah.
And I maybe I told this before, and I didn't.
Oh, Cynthia, you have the microphone on and it's interfering. Please turn it off. Thank you. Okay, you can continue.
And I didn't even see exactly the Arunachala or know about Ramana, but I was sitting on the balcony, and the Arunachala was before me, like majesty, and I was sitting, and then suddenly this explosion comes and come from my heart. I come for you,
Yeah.
to be here, to
Yeah.
go on the top, go around, to realize that you already in me, and that was this realization what kept me going. And here what I live is so mountains, so hill. Every time when I come out, I see Arunachala. That reminds me that is already in me.
Right.
Like I have this experience that I come to Chiru for Arunachala to realize that is already in me. And this experience, I will, that's never go away, and lots of others experience. It's love, what you look for outside is already in.
Yes.
And this love, I can't give anyone, because everyone have to experience for themselves.
Yes.
My heart is beating.
You can radiate it, that you're doing, and this is wonderful.
Yes, I realize I can't do much, but I can do a lot. Still not doing anything.
Yes.
They're saying these people or gurus or whatever, they're sitting and doing nothing. That's not true.
Yes.
And that's what I mean, to be here and to be with all and everything.
Yes. Very beautiful. Hari Om.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah
Hari
Shivaya.
Om.
It seems that the current is off, so if it doesn't come back, then I have to go down and recorrect. Anyhow, we are, no, I think I should have enough till the end. Liora, you come back on purpose.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I wanted to, first of all, to thank the lady. It was the description of the dance that I wanted to ask about just before, because you spoke about the ultimate, and then the feeling of me, the personal. You spoke about the imprints of the childish, and all the habits and the personal stories, etc. So it's like a dance, connecting to the ultimate, somehow feeling, believing, or sensing that I'm part of the ultimate. At the same time, I'm holding on to my story, my personal story. We are each one of us is a personal being after all. But we can somehow change the rhythm, and this lady just
we can somehow
change the relationship of the rhythm of the dance.
Yes.
Yeah, of like opening and then closing into holding on to me. And like this lady just described, we can never let go of this me. I mean, this me is somehow always there. And at the same time, yeah, putting the basket is one way, putting the basket down. Another way is somehow connecting, I mean, somehow seeing that after all, I'm not that special, and there's so many me around me, around us.
Yeah.
And again, I am special, and there's always the ultimate. There's always the big tree. There's always the nature. There's always this stream of life that
Yes.
is just like stream of life that is not my life. This stream of life is going through the depth of the earth, and like I don't know, forever.
Mm.
So I had somehow a question about it, but now after this lady gave such a beautiful description, it feels to me like a dance, really, like a dance.
Like the dance, yes.
Yeah.
And to me, as you said, to me is there, but you are much more than that me. That me is just a role that you are playing in this dance, in this theater.
Yeah.
You are not that me. You are way, way more than that.
But then it's not me any longer.
No, of course not. It's what you really are, not the me.
Okay. The conscious, the endless conscious, and the consciousness. Yeah. Okay. That's beautiful.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Is there anybody else who would like to come in? Okay.
Werner,
Yes.
yeah, Werner, I just want to say you thank you very much. And I want to join to what Moksha said about your satsangs. I feel it very close, what he said, that I feel a lot of gratitude to you because it nourishes me so much and gives a lot of support, and every time you remind so important things that it's very, very important for me. It touches me very deep, and I feel a lot of gratitude. That yes, it's a great support, and thank you very much for this. Yeah.
You are welcome. You are welcome. I'm happy that it is doing something good.
Yeah, and I just want to add, in one of previous satsangs, you talk about lucid dreams, and
yeah,
that we can live in our reality. If we awake our reality, we can live as in a lucid dream when we awake of everything, that everything is happiness, and we were playing this role, and we don't take it so serious. Yeah, and it touches me so much. Yeah, I found it very important for me. Yeah, this is
nice.
Thank you very much, Werner.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Hari Om.
Hari Om. So I think because soon my battery is finished. It seems that the current where I plugged it in downstairs is off. So I'm turning off the recording for today. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.